You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
All right. So find a comfortable seat. Let's take our Hakini Mudra, bringing the fingers to meet, thumb meets as well. And you can hold this just in the center here, or you might like to just rest it down into the lap, down a little bit down towards the dantian, and just gently roll the shoulders back and down. Give the neck a little release, dropping chin to chest, lifting gaze, turning head to the sides. Then breathe out. Bring the head back into center. Start to find your comfortable seat, your easy seat of Sukhasana. You might like to close the eyes. You might like to take a soft gaze, but start to find a steady and rhythmic breath, breathing in and out through the nostrils and really becoming present. Let go of any thoughts of what has already happened in your day and what has yet to come in your day. And let this rectangle that you are sitting on, your sacred space of your yoga mat, be your home, your safety, and your security for the next 75 minutes. And if the mind wanders off of that mat, out of the body, bring it back into how you feel physically and find your breath. And as we come to the end of our month of flexibility and flow, this is where we put everything together, all of our postures, learning, experience together in one complete sequence. Our infinite potential sequence, infinity. So really trying to find the flexibility that you've gained in the physical postures, but also the flow state in your mind. It will be a minimal cues practice, so I will just call the name of the posture without too much alignment or how to get into it. And try to be immersed in your practice without looking at the screen too often. A tree sways in the wind, its leaves dancing with the breeze. It doesn't seem bothered by the wind's power, it simply bends and moves with the current. Life is full of changes, and if we don't accept them as they come about, we can break like branches that don't sway with the wind. Learning to be flexible creates acceptance of whatever life offers. Learn to sway like a tree, to stay open and flexible. And sometimes the unexpected parts of life are the most beautiful. With those words in mind, just think about an intention that you would like to bring in for your practice today. What would you like to find when you leave your mat and go back into your day? What benefits would you like to receive? What would you like to achieve? Set that intention for yourself now. And taking your Hakini Mudra, lifting it up in front of the heart space, in front of the face, raising it up towards the sky, widening the elbows, releasing the shoulders away from the ears, and maybe lifting the chest, lifting into the upper back, just taking the gaze up to the base of your fingers, reaching through the side of the body, giving yourself a big stretch through the spine. And then open the mudra, palms up towards the sky, and let the arms just gently, softly float down towards the sides of your body. Start to bring some movement into the fingers, into the wrists, circling through the wrists, clenching, stretching, and then into the shoulders. Start to lift the shoulders up towards the ears, exhaling down. Introduce the arms, lifting up the arms, and they circle all the way back. Introduce your cat and cow here. So as the arms come forward, you're in your cat. As the arms lift, you're in your cow. Last time, the hands come behind you, fingertips face forward. Give yourself that little back extension as the shoulders roll away. Bring yourself center, interlace the fingers and push away, rounding the spine. Bring yourself to center, lift up right arm, reaching up and over, side stretch. And up and over to the other side. Bring yourself center, take a little rotation through the spine, little twist. And to the other side. And just really moving with your breath. Again, choosing to close the eyes at appropriate points. Trying to be immersed in the task at hand, lifting the knees together and just giving yourself a big hug before we get really moving. And rolling up and coming into your child's pose. You might like a wide leg, you might like knees together. Reach the fingers forward, exhale, melt the head down. Take a moment as the head connects onto the mat to draw in once more, visualize your intention. And start to roll up through the spine, coming all the way to the back of the mat, bringing the knees together, toe squat here, tucking the toes underneath you. Only going as deep as it feels comfortable. Relaxing hands forward, releasing gently to the tops of the feet. Allow the response and pull back to the ankle stretch. The hands come back behind you, lifting up the knees. Deepening this stretch, you can scoop the belly and bring the hands to the knees. So flexibility includes the joints as well as all of the muscles. So most of this practice will work joints and muscle flexibility as well as flow state. Bringing yourself forward. Hands come into tabletop. Find that neutral position. Preparing for your cat and cow with your toe tucks. Cow, toes tuck. Cat, feet release. Breathing in for cow. Breathing out for cat. Last time. Cat and back to neutral. Sending the left leg out to the side. Foot faces forward, leg is in line with your hip. You're going to lift up your right arm and send that through towards your left foot. Threading the needle with the extension of the leg. You can reach that left arm forward, or you might like to take a bind. Bringing the left arm back to support, reaching the right arm up towards the sky, big open stretch there. Hand comes down, press yourself up to kneeling. If you're on a hard surface, you might wish to pad out that right knee, lifting up the right arm, reaching over to your gate pose. Reach over to the left leg. Nice and slowly bring yourself back to center. The hands come down and changing sides. Right leg goes out and lifting up left arm. Threading the needle through and then choosing the arm option either forward or into the bind for your right arm. Bring the right hand back to support, lifting up left all the way to the sky, opening up through the left side. And then gently bring yourself up to your kneel. Lifting up left arm, reaching over towards the right leg, gate pose. Bring yourself back into center. Hands come down to support. Right leg returns. Find your tabletop position once more, dropping your hands and your chest down into melting heart pose. Sliding forward onto the forearms, you can come into a kneeling or a toes tucked forearm plank. If your toes are tucked, lowering the hips all the way down into Sphinx. If the knees are bent, that you can simply just lower the hips down and release the feet. Sphinx pose. Widening the elbows, rolling down. Head comes to the back of the hands. Big toes touch, sway out. Left arm comes out to the side of your mat, either in half cactus, bend at the elbow, or straight, choosing the option there for your lying chest opener. Rolling onto the left hip, taking the right leg over and toe tapping 4 times. 1, 2, 3. Last time, take it over and hold. Roll back into center, the left hand comes by the hip, and roll to the right cheek. Right arm goes out to the side, left hand by the face to support. 4 of those toe taps with the left leg. 1, 2, 3. 4th one, hold and stay. Roll back into center, and right arm comes down by the hip, turning to the left cheek. Hands come to the top of your mat for seal ripples, widening the feet as much as is comfortable for you, and the hands might move in on each ripple up. Ripple up into seal. If you can, straighten the arms. Ripple up 2. Ripple up for 3. And the last ripple up, we come up and stay. Shoulders are away from the ears here, dropping through the pelvis. All 10 toenails touching the mat. And slowly roll down. Head to the back of the hands, big toes touch, sway out. Hands come underneath the shoulders, press back through tabletop. Round the spine, come back into child's pose. Active child's pose here, so up on the fingertips, give space for the belly and the chest and breathe. And roll up through the spine. We're at the back of the mat to prepare for our kneeling salutations. Again, if you're on the hard surface, you might want to just double roll up the mat for the back knee. Slide down through heart pose, forearm into Sphinx. Forearm plank. Lowering to Sphinx. Lowering to the mat. Ripple up to seal. Roll down, push back through cat. Child's pose. Roll up through the spine to camel. Hands come to the base of the spine. Bring yourself forward. Hands come down to the mat. Right leg comes forward. Winged dragon. Dropping 3 or 4 times back through half monkey, and winged dragon. When we come to our winged dragon, you might like to come down onto the forearms or onto blocks. Staying, holding, breathing. Your choice to tuck the back toe here. Get into the toes once more, just rocking forwards and back. Releasing down the knee, try to get on the fleshy part of that left thigh. Left hand comes to the top corner of your mat. Right arm sweeps back around behind you. You can stay here, or you might like to take the back foot. Left leg, right arm, monkey twist. Bring back into the center nice and carefully. Pull back into half monkey and wiggle the heel into the center of your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release over. Softening through the front knee if the hamstrings feel a little bit tight today. Let the head relax. Bring the right hand on the inside of your right ankle, and if you can, just lift the heel, sweeping the leg all the way back around into sunbird. Left hand, right foot. Release the foot, extend the leg back behind you. Full sunbird position there. Release the knee and relax back into the active child's pose. Left side coming up, rolling up through the spine. Back of the mat into your kneel. Chin to chest, roll down, exhale, heart pose. Inhale, forearm plank. Exhale, lower to Sphinx. Inhale there, exhale, lower. Inhale, seal. Exhale, lower. Ripple up to seal. Exhale, lower. Push back through cat. Round through child's pose. Roll up to a high kneel. Hands come to the base of the spine to support. Baby camel, pull the elbows towards one another. Keep the ears away from the shoulders here, pushing pelvis forward. Bring yourself center. Hands come down to support the transition to winged dragon. Using your blocks as you need to here. Pulling back 3 or 4 times. So pulling back the hips, drawing toes up towards the shin. Last time we come into winged dragon, you can choose to come down onto the forearms or onto the blocks. Again, choosing options that work best for you. Tucking the back toe and just rocking forwards and back. Releasing that knee down, try to get on the fleshy part of that thigh if you can. Right hand comes to the top corner and you sweep the left arm back around behind you. Open up through the chest, choosing the option of lifting the back foot opening up into monkey twist. So left arm, right leg. Good. Nice, and slowly bring yourself back into center, transition back into half monkey by wiggling that heel into the center of the mat. Lengthen the spine, exhale, fold. Left hand comes on the inside of that shin, using the core, lift the leg, sweep it all the way around. Right hand, left foot. Lifting chest, lifting knee. And then when the right hand comes down, the leg extends behind you. Lower that down. Active child's pose. Breathe in, lift the hands over to the right side of your mat. Maybe dropping the left hand over the right. Twisted child's pose. Walk the hands back through center over to the left side of your mat, crossing right hand over left. Twist there. Walk the hands back through center. Inhale, come to tabletop. Tucking the toes. Let's prepare to come up into our downward facing dog. So drawing the belly and the chest back towards the thighs. Nice knee bend here. Keep dropping into the knees and start to think about ripples. So we're going to lift the hips high and we ripple forward through a soft knee tabletop and then ripple up once more. So again, you're moving through the spine, moving through the legs, lifting high onto the toes. 2 or 3 of those ripples and then pull yourself back into walking your downward facing dog, pedaling out through left and right feet. Let's go through one connecting vinyasa, which is the connecting vinyasa through the Tripsichore Circles. So you come forward into plank on a ripple. You lift the hips, you lift the heels, round the spine, come forward into plank. Lower chaturanga. This is your choice to lower the knees, of course. And then release to your upward facing dog or cobra. And then pushing back, either rolling over onto the toes, so really keeping the arch of the foot, and then just flipping a toe, flipping a foot over at a time. Back into downward facing dog. Release both heels together and breathing out. So variations of the connecting vinyasa, you choose whether it's a cobra or an up dog. High plank or knees down, rolling over the toes from your up dog, or simply just turning the feet over. Looking forward, walking the feet towards the hands at the front of your mat. If you have your blocks handy, have those in front of you there. And before we go into that section, just drop through your forward fold, taking hold of the elbows, swaying out from side to side. Drop the head. Let everything become heavy. Feet are grounded. And then start to feel flexible through the spine and the back of the legs, maybe lifting the sit bones a little bit higher, lengthening through the back of the legs, not popping through the back of the knees. Taking a bind here, lifting up the body, right arm comes underneath your right knee. Maybe you can either use a strap here, you're on your tiptoes of your right foot, and then you can start to drop the heel opening up through the left side of the body. Maybe the left leg straightens, right leg is bent with the bind, left leg is straight, looking up towards the sky. Slowly release. Lift up into half lift, left hand comes under, lift up onto the heel to get that bind in place. Drop the left heel, start to open right side of the body, straightening up through the right leg. Slowly release. Let the body release and fold over the thighs. Give yourself that sway. Hands come to the blocks or on the fingertips. These are your squats into your L-shaped bend. So we're going to squat deeply. Try to keep the chest and the spine parallel to the mat. Belly might come down towards the thighs. As we push through the legs, we drive the body forward. Crown of the head reaches forward. L-shaped forward bend. Squat, send the knees forward, not in towards the middle. See if you get a deeper squat there. Nice, good. Drive the crown of the head forward. Hips start to lift. Core engages to support spine and torso. Twice more, squat. See if you can take your hands off of the blocks this time. And they reach the arms forward, L-shaped bend. Most of the weight is in the front of the feet. Squat, keep the arms in front of you. Last time, L-shaped bend. And drop and release, full fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Bring yourself to stand. Open the arms to the side. Just as we started, the arms just float down. And we come to stand. Take a moment, take a drink if you need. This is where we go into our Tripsichore Circles Salutations with a flow. So, standing at the front of your mat. And remember, you've got the blocks there if you need them for the Tripsichore L-shaped bends. It's all just nice and free and flowing. Hands come into the heart center. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. Inhale, arms go out to the side. Exhale, they come back into center. Inhale, they sweep behind you, they circle forward into L shape, and they continue. Hands come back by the hips. You can bend or straighten the legs for 3 circles. Arms are in line with the shoulders, hips round to the front. On the last time, drop and release. Step back right leg. Find a high lunge. You interlace the fingers behind the back. Press down the back leg, open the chest. This is where we come into our ripple connecting vinyasa. So you release the hands to frame the front foot. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Ripple up through the spine into plank. Lowering the knees if you need to, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. Roll over the toes or just simply flip them back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back behind you. It comes through to meet the hands and you open up into warrior 2. Exhale into your warrior 2. Nice deep bend into the front knee. Reverse warrior with a bind. So the left hand comes to the right thigh, reaching right arm back. Bend a little deeper to the right knee. Straighten through the right leg. Both legs are straight. And then release into side angle. Take a bind. Right arm threads through. From here, we step to the front of the mat, try and stay in the bind. And you've got the bind in your right hand, right leg drops, straighten left, open up into that lift towards the sky. We haven't come into our balance just yet. That's on our second round. Release the hands, release the body, full fold. The arms lift out in front of you, L-shaped squat. Drive through the feet, the arms circle back by the hips. They inhale forward, drop and release, bend the knees, press through the feet, come up to stand. And as the arms float down, they come back into the heart center. Woo! Let's go left. I'm going to switch to the opposite side of my mat so I can still face you at least. I might have the opposite leg in front though. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, they come into the heart. It doesn't matter really what you're doing here as long as you're moving and breathing. The arms circle back around. They fold forward in the L shape. Bend, you're hinging from the hips. 3 of the circles, hips, arms forward in line with the shoulders. Second time, sweep round. Third time, hips, forward, drop and release. Look back, left leg, high lunge. Open up. And hands press down by the side of your back leg. Ripple connecting vinyasa. Hands come down, frame the foot, right leg back. Ripple through plank. Find your connecting vinyasa there. Back into your downward facing dog. Lift up left leg. Leg comes through to meet the hands. Open up, warrior 2. Reverse warrior with the hand in the bind. Right hand, left thigh bind. Start to draw the inner thighs together. Straighten the front leg. And then windmill it over, side angle. Find the bind here, left hand threads through. Look forward, step right to the front. Drop the left heel, straighten the right leg. Look up to the sky. Slowly release the hands, bend deep L-shaped squat, I guess. Press through the feet, drive the hands forward, sweep them back to the hips. They only come forward once on the return. Exhale, drop and release, and press up to stand. And the hands come back into the heart center. Take a moment to breathe. How are we? Now we introduce the bird of paradise, Svaga Davishasana. So that comes in when we step to the front of the mat again with the bind from the side angle. So making modifications as you need. And just move freely. Bend knees at any point. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, circle up, forward, L-shaped bend, hands by the hips for 3 times. Last time, drop and release, step back right leg, high lunge with the interlace of the fingers down the back thigh. Release to your ripple connecting vinyasa. Back into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Comes through to warrior two. Reverse warrior with your bind. Straight leg reverse warrior. Windmill over. Side angle pose. Take the bind, right arm threads through. Look forward to the front, step left to meet the right. You keep grounding through the left foot here, right leg starts to lift. Find your bird of paradise balance. Release the foot down. Release the bind. L-shaped squat. Drive the legs, drive the fingers forward. Sweep the arms in the circle. Drop, bend, release. Press up to stand. Hands into the heart. One last time on the other side. Doing great. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, they close. Inhale, circle the arms back, up, forward. 3 circles. On the last third circle, drop, bend, step back left. Interlace fingers down the back thigh. Release into your ripple, connecting vinyasa. Press back through your down dog. Left leg lifts this time. Sweep it through to the hands. Warrior two. I've turned the other way. Reverse warrior with your bind. Straighten leg for full reverse. And windmill over to side angle. Come into the bind. Left arm threads through. Look to the front foot, step the right to meet the left. Make sure you've got that bind still. You can always use straps, make variations. Stabilize the supporting leg and lift the left. Place the foot down. Release the bind, L-shaped squat. Drive through the legs. Sweep into the circle one last time. Exhale, drop, bend, release. And lift up. Opening the arms. And back into Samasthiti. Release the hands down the side of the body, mountain pose. Take deep breaths in and out through the nostrils. Settle the heart rate. And let's come down to the mat. So hands return to the heart. One last time. Inhale, open the arms out. Exhale, they come into the heart. They sweep to the side, this time meet above the head, and then swan dive. Chest leads, fingers pressing down, full fold. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, step or hop back through connecting vinyasa. Back into downward facing dog. And find 3 or 4 breaths there. Coming down to child's pose. When you are ready, when you need to. Lowering the knees, taking your child's pose, bringing the head to the mat, hands come back to the hips, soften through the upper back, chest and the shoulders after Tripsichore Circles Salutations. Rolling up through the spine. Bring yourself into the kneel and just take a pause to realign, slow everything down. This is where we just come into some deep stretching now, some longer holds. Well done. Send the legs forward, and if you like, you can just shuffle forward of the mat so your feet are at the front there. Finding a nice forward fold 3 or 4 times, and then we hold, so we reach up, we roll forward, we sweep the arms back, lifting up the chest. The 4th time, we stay and hold. Notice the breath, notice how you feel physically and mentally here. Finding that flexibility and flow state through practice, remaining present. Rolling up through the spine, bringing the right leg back with you and just placing that over the left leg into your Ardha Matsyendrasana twist. Start to take the twist towards your right thigh. Bring yourself back into center. That right foot goes on the inside of your right thigh for your Janu Shirshasana or half butterfly. The arms lift up. And this time, just reach the left arm towards the left foot and reach up and over in a side stretch, dropping the right knee downwards. Releasing the right arm to the mat, roll up onto the right knee and lift up into a baby wild thing as the arm just circles all the way around. Really get into that shoulder joint. The last and final time, do 2 or 3 circles here of that arm. Palm faces down at the front, palm faces up at the back. And release down. Legs go forward. 4 of the seated forward fold releases, lifting up on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Time a movement with your breath. And the 4th one is your hold. Maybe you feel that you get a little bit more flexibility on the 2nd time around. Rolling up through the spine, the left leg comes back with you, places over the right leg. Lift up and over for your half spinal twist, either hugging or using the elbows leverage. Noticing throughout all of these slower holds how much flexibility you have gained from the practice so far. Bring yourself back into center. That left foot comes on the inside of your left thigh. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle there to twist the torso over, taking hold of the right toe or using the strap and reaching up with the opposite hand. Opening up through the rib cage here, reaching over towards the foot. Nice and slowly breathe in, lift up, the hand goes down to the mat and you sweep up the arm as you roll up onto the left knee. Again, use the rotation that you've gained through the practice into that shoulder as you give those big sweeping circles with the top arm. Chest is lifting up towards the sky, you're pushing through the left palm. And then releasing down. Send the legs long and just shuffle the buttocks forward. Sit nice and tall here. Reach the arms away and softly start to roll down through the spine. Take as slow as you can here. So the belly scoops back and thinking that the sacrum, the lower back, are all going to come down first. Each one of the thoracic vertebra comes down. And then the shoulders, the upper back, and the back of the head. Draw the knees in. Roll and massage out through the spine. Well done. Made it to supine. Circle the knees around. One way and the other. Massage into the pelvis. And then open up the knees. Give those hips an amazing joint release there after the wonderful work they've done in the warriors, the vines, bird of paradise. Place the soles of the feet down onto the mat. Pelvic tilts up to a bridge hold. It's a reclined cat and cow here if you like to pull the tailbone back underneath you, of course. And then pushing all the way up into bridge, driving the knees forward. You might now like to interlace the fingers underneath and really get those shoulders underneath the back. So we've done a lot of shoulder work as well. Your choice here, of course, you might like to lift one leg off the mat at a time, extended it either along the mat or up towards the sky. Keep the hips nice and lifted. And release the hands. Roll the shoulders out. And exactly as we did with the roll down, slow the upper and the middle lowering each thoracic until you get to the lower back and then the sacrum and the pelvis. Take the feet wide, drop the knees together. Just take a moment in constructive rest. Take the arms back into cactus. Heel toe the feet into parallel. And we're going to take a little twist. So lift the hips over to the right side of your mat. Drop the knees over. Take the left hand to the right calf, thigh, or foot. This is the cat catching its tail. So the right hand might come down. I can't reach it. To take hold of your left foot. So left leg is bent with your right hand, and your right leg is straight with your left hand. Opening up the chest towards the sky, drawing the right shoulder down. Release the underneath leg, and if you can, keep hold of your right leg and bring it back up into the center. And you can just keep hold of the toe or the ankle or the calf with your left arm and slowly release and lower that right leg down. You're lying in Shavasana. Take a moment to rest. Draw the knees in. Soles of the feet come down. Shift the hips up and over to the left. Knees go then to the right. And you can extend the top leg. Right hand goes to left toe. Left hand goes to right toe. Draw down the left shoulder. Open the chest up towards the sky. Cat catching its tail. Release the underneath leg. Roll yourself back onto your hip if you can. Keep hold of that left leg. Coming back onto the mat so your right hand is still holding on somewhere onto that leg. Give it a little pull and a stretch. Nice and slowly release the left leg all the way down. Take a moment to rest in Shavasana. Draw the knees in. Take the knees out wide. Take the big toes here and just pull the soles of the feet together and use the elbows to press the knees out to the side. We've lifted our legs up into a butterfly, and from here just lower the feet down onto the mat. Bring the left hand onto the belly, right hand onto the chest. Take a few deep breaths here, breathing into the palms chest inflates, belly inflates. Reminding yourself of that wavering tree that bends with the wind. It remains flexible through change and adversity. Remind yourself of your own personal intention at this point. Taking the hands to the knees, lifting the thighs together. Take a constructive rest. And if there's something else that you wish to do here now, or you can make yourself comfortable and warm for your final relaxation in Shavasana, using bolsters underneath the knees, eye pillows, extending the legs long, all the way along the mat, and finding your last few moments of reward. Begin to take a few deeper breaths as you bring your awareness now back into your space, onto your sacred rectangular yoga mat today, the place that has served you so well. Bring some soft and gentle movement back into the hands, to the feet. Move into the joints of the fingers, the wrists, the toes, and of the ankles. Really focus on those extremities for a moment, and then gently release the head left and right. Draw the knees in or give yourself a big stretch before doing so. Take your time to roll over nice and slowly, bringing yourself back up to a comfortable seat. Return back into Sukhasana, nice and easy pose. Let the shoulders soften down the back, let the face be relaxed. Bring the hands into the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Just check in. Notice how you now feel. Return back to your own personal intention for practice, what you wanted to achieve, what benefits you wanted to receive, but also how you wanted to walk away from the practice today. And I hope that you can still walk away from the practice today. Well done. Thank yourself. I thank you. Beautiful, beautiful work today. Namaste.